it has not worked. There's no two ways about it. Yeah, honestly, this might sound a little analyst. They actually look a little bit more competitive with the academy guys of Gizmi in the roster than they have with Stiko and Haji. They've really, really struggled for my liking. And so far, going 0-2 start of the day is not good. sAw did lose towards 9 Pandas. However, they do have that 13-11 over Paravision to really lean on. So at least they have a win.
Absolutely. We're pretty quickly into the action here, though, which is what we always like. Ancient. It's nice that we get some variety in. Okay, I'll give it that. We might have had Inferno. I've had Dust 2. I know you're not a fan of Inferno. I'm not enjoying Dust 2 straight off the rip. As a viewer experience, you know, they can be rougher maps. We get the Ancient here, though, and at the very least, like I say, we've got a fresher map each time. So yeah, we'll take that. But this one could be very, very close, actually. Traditionally, a great map for sAw. In 2022, you know, they were really solid on this map. At the moment, more of a nuke team, but maybe not wanting to face off against Monte on nuke because they're also a nuke team. So this one felt like actually a pretty good place for sAw to finish in particular. Monte play it, but not to great success.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a handshake, but not exactly kind of a fully fledged one as we head into it. But I mean, realistically, with how Monte have looked, I mean, you look across the board in terms of their map pool right now. They play a lot of maps, but Ancient 38% win rate, Dust 33, Mirage 42. I mean, their highest win rate is Nuke with that 57, and that's their highest. This doesn't spell a good time, does it? It's been a pretty drastic run of form. But, you know, a sea of red, I think, is kind of the way to go about it. But, you know, same actually has to be said for sAw. Their online form is not exactly the same as what it once was. They started the year so positively, qualifying to Blast London, which is a huge thing around the corner for them. But leading up to it, the run of form has been pretty dicey. Haji flying into the fight. He's so blind. There's U-Jerks for the first.
You are not wrong, sir. We'll see here. U-Jerks trying to hold for a little bit more. It's been an explosive take on towards this B-bomb site. Eco the next to go down. However, the heavy stack on top of each other might have worked for the Glocks. Unfortunately, not the case. So sAw will take the pistol, get that defuse in. And ultimately not awful. It was U-Jerks, I think, with that really strong hold. But Monte, they'll take the bomb plant, I think. I'd be curious to see what they do now with this, you know, lesser injection of cash.
Good start, though, for sAw. They tried something aggro, tried something quick. The bomb plant is a nicety, but I mean, bar that is still a good start coming through for the Portuguese roster. I'm going to come out, though, with a quirky little setup. Krasnal in towards that Mach 10. Krasnal so far has actually had a fairly decent day in terms of his raw mechanics for this Monte side, but all in all, sAw, me, start a bit of a backing in this one. Double M4, double MP9 and that FAMAS. And one of the MP9s is Roman going to try and play up close fire excavation. Smoke come down. Off the back of it, all goes quiet. Monte this time slowing down that tempo quite considerably.
Yeah, quite a lot, to be fair. But we'll see. sAw trying to, yeah, take a few fights in towards middle. Nothing quite coming off, though. Monte really do want to give this a good, solid try. At the very least, get another plant. Still trying to work these Galils into play pretty heavily, aren't they? But not as much utility. Smokes over the top. Flashes to back them up. Going to try and just rinse and repeat what they did in the pistol. They came close there, maybe with some stronger weaponry. They can get it going. U-Jerks goes flying in. Feels like he's got no option but to fight its story. However, that's going to go overlooked. He comes away, able to survive. Creates some space for Mutierix to come in, but they don't really know where to look. They are lacking information on this CT side quite heavily. Bomb, meanwhile, in all of this is going to bail, and that'll really screw the pooch for sAw, I think.
I think so. Stiko gonna try and make a move in. I realize nobody is home. However, Warren rotating over towards A, and Story has read this well. I don't know if Story's heard anything, but at the very least, he might catch him in transition. He will. Bomb down. No chance of this one for Monte. Stiko's not close enough, and that's the round. Simply put, it all comes down to that one mistake and a good adjustment coming through. Story rotates over. He'll get a second of the round, and he will deny that bomb going down. So sAw make it 2 for 2. And that's now where we see ourselves in a decent little spot. Monte, you can't really do anything around that Galil. You can force if you really want to, but this is the only option they've got. It's either kind of resetting that econ or kind of leaving Stiko hanging out to dry, and yeah, they're going to opt to kind of help him out a little bit. So double Galil, triple Mac 10, but all the Uto on the back of one man. Tough goal, though. Tough goal for sure.
Demka moving towards Cave, try and eliminate an early fight, but not looking too likely for him. Monte, yeah, indeed. Keeping it going here. I don't know if this is going to change up again. They are leaning B. They don't know what to make of the setup, and this time they've got even less utility to work with. So I don't know, man. Maybe in a BO1 as well. This is so risky. You have to bank on the rifle rounds heavily going your way. You have to bank on the low percentage rounds like this going your way. It's a bit wild.
Story. Holding in towards mid and nothing offering for him at the moment. Bit of a spam, but not a lot behind it. Smoke's come out towards short and long. Swing out in front of it. Decent damage dealt, but Haji will still get out towards the site itself. But there's one man here that's trying to deny them. Swinging a 5 for Roman is good. Not bad. He needs to find more. They're trying to peer through that smoke. Demka could get one on timing. Roman could be caught on the reload, and he will be. Bomb goes down. Fight ensuing, and it is doable. They snuck past each other, but there's one man left, and Demka now tagged should be a dead man walking.
Yeah, you'd think so. Big ding through the smoke. They know exactly where he's at. Get someone on that bomb. He could spam Mutiris down here. Depends how he opts to play it. Oh, and he finds the angle through the smoke, in fact. A Rozdosh going to come at it from a different angle, though. Demka banking on it being a fake. Not going to be the case. I mean, to be honest, low HP. Not a bad played 1 versus 3 there. I like the idea behind it. A lot of players would tap there and expect him to run out, but not how it goes here. A Rozdosh, nice and confident, will get sAw number 3.
Yeah, not bad. Not too bad at all. sAw with that 3-0 start is a brilliant position that they put themselves in. Monte are going to continue to force buy around those bomb plants and lost bonus. And I don't blame them. It's actually not a bad way to go about it. Especially because how close they're being made. Even still, not a bad spot that they have put themselves in. sAw getting this early little bit of leeway is a beautiful position. You can kind of put yourself in, and at least for the moment, Monte still scratching their heads of how they're going to get that hurdle overcome, right? How are we going to get around on the board to kickstart some momentum our side?
Man, it's just sort of a weird start, honestly. Monte far back in this round, given a lot of space across. sAw going to abuse that fact. They've got little bits of room here to really just experiment with, I suppose. But I do like the setup, and, you know, Monte initially not looking great, but trying to work those individuals, and maybe that's a way to do it. They get a timing peak on a Rozdosh mid, not necessarily confirmed, but, you know, the best looking start that Monte have had all game long. One of their only smokes, the last one they had left, utilized there in towards middle. So we'll see what the game plan is going to be. Some lane control, but sAw very quickly leaning A, not wasting any time getting over here. Story needed more than that. It's just going to be down to Mutiris at the back end of the site. Going to be unexpected. Jumps the gun a bit early onto Demka, though. Caught off, panicked. There goes the other bit of utility, but it doesn't seem to matter too much if you're landing the headshots. Sometimes that's all that matters.
They are going to call for a save here. That's why Monte continued to force buy in. Lost bonus, bomb plants, but how close these rounds were was actually the confidence or a booster to a degree. Krasnov will get one more on the tail end as well. Roman gets caught, and it's just Mutiris left to try and save that one. M4, A4. And of course, because of how expensive these rounds have been, this will break the econ over towards sAw. They're not going to be able to really do all too much. They could be tempted to force buy themselves. With their loss bonus being low, there is a world, but I don't even think, you know, both sides are bad. A bit of a poison chalice, right? Either force buy in just because Roman's on double eco with 1.4k, or don't buy, you hope that the rifle gets a little bit active, and then you buy in towards the next, and just Roman, you say, sadly for you, mate, it's just an MP9. Two decisions to be made. Two sides would play this differently, but sAw at least can have a conversation about this. Now, personally, with kind of how sAw have started, I wouldn't even hate if they went in towards a little bit of a, you know, basically a no investment here, and, you know, as sad as it is, sort of hung Roman out to dry a little bit with just an MP9, or maybe even kind of a FAMAS half armor. The only thing is, though, they'd love to keep an M4 alive. That's asking a lot. They would have to have a lot of stipulations go in their favor. So they are going to go for that force buy. The expected thing, just because of the double eco of Roman, resetting that economy, so to say. They did the same thing, Monte, on their side when Stico saved. That one, Galil, reset their economy. So same thing here. Difference is, however, that sAw bring a lot less firepower to the table. So around that 1M4, Scout, Deagle, Mag 7, and an MP9. Not going to be an easy buy to convert.
Nico quickly out middle here. A bit of confidence found for Monte, it would seem. Utiris dead. Absolutely. One tick from the Molotov was all he needed. Bit of damage traded back, but when he is the strongest weapon in the round, they wanted a lot more from him. What is the move now? Another smoke towards snipers. Are we going to see the mid encroachment? It looks like it. They've got to be careful. Deagle on the other side of this corner. Roman will have seen that player on the mini-map, not necessarily with his eyes, trying to bait them into a Rosdosh on the Mag 7! Oh, come on! How's that not a kill? It's set up for Roman all the same. And they have wrestled their way back into the round. The A-bomb site falls for their trouble. The plan looks good here. No kit available for sAw. Quite close to the action, though. I fancy their chances here now.
I do as well. 2v2 on that retake, and of course, with a smoke to work with, it's maybe something. The only thing they lack is a kit. Gotta make a decision. Smoke on towards the bomb. They're looking for the fight. It's not being given. Tap on towards as well. Try and bait in a fight here. Second flash doesn't do all too well. Roman gonna get a kill. Another tap on towards the bomb as well. Demka, he's hoping that it's not a stick. He's gonna try and swing into a fight, and he'll get it. Spam on the bomb is close, but no cigar, and he's missed his chance. sAw have stolen away around. Demka gets his kills, but it's still sAw who keep a 3-round lead. Carnage and chaos, but sAw convert that low buy. Beautiful work with the Mag 7.
Yeah, crazy play. I mean, it's what they were all about, baiting them in, and it should have been 3. You know what I mean? The Mag 7 giveth, and the Mag 7 taketh away. But we've all been there. You know what I mean? He's right in front of you. You've clicked on him. It's a shotgun. You know, it's meant to work at close range, and it just does like 20 damage or whatever it did there. But the 2-piece was enough. Roman going wild. Somehow gets away alive there. Takes a kill. Halves up another. And although the buy for sAw is not ideal, they are making it work. Monte frustrated into this round. Going to work in places. Not quite consistent as they would like. You jerks with the headshot. That is a little lucky for him. Gives the man advantage back. Warrow being low here as well. A great, great sign for sAw.
Terrace. Up close. You mentioned it, right? Warrow's low, but also Demka's actually in that 1-bullet headshot range to the M4. And even an MP9 at close range, in all fairness. So, a concerning spot that we are thrusting. This isn't good. Rotating over, 45 seconds. If you go towards A as well, there's one man sitting tucked, that of Aristosh, over towards A main. And this late into a round, they're probably clearing, but any noise they make via donut, he'll hear. Even if they do get the luxury of a bomb plant down. I say that, hang on a second. Oh, they push our shelf. Materis goes the wrong way. He goes back down towards door. He could have got a freebie. He doesn't even know this. And now it will be actually onto Aristosh. try and do the bulk of the work. Warrow going to play for rotations, and he might just get one in a second as well. Ujerks could be caught in transition, and he will. The hands of the AWP. Demka going to try and get a bomb down, but other ideas as Irish Dosh finds both. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful stuff, and another big round from the support player. Sweet Rice with a sweet round. So fine 5.
You a fan of rice pudding, or?
Do you know what? I am. However, I haven't had it probably since I was maybe like 8 or 9. Like,
So
the only time I'd ever have it when I go around, my nan's house back when I was a kid. So,
It
yeah,
has
I don't think
fallen
I've
off.
I haven't had it. You know, remember like Ambrosia, even in the tin? I know, go hard.
Yeah.
Other brands are available, but
Just in case.
just in case.
They might
But,
be after you, mate. They might be after you.
Gotta be said, rice pudding, kind of goated. I think, from my understanding, so Irish Dosh it's a slight variation upon it, but it's more or less the same thing. I think it's with cinnamon as well, if I'm right in saying, and that little bit of a kick is what Irish Dosh brings to the server. Only gets one though in this side, but it's only one left for Monte in this round, and it's Haji with thumb in the mouth, thinking, what do I do from elbow here now?
He was meant to deal with the lurkers, but they were already there. They were already ready. There ain't no lurking coming in. No need for it. It's starting to get worrying now, isn't it? You know, we can talk about, okay, a bit of a dodgy economy to begin with, but we've been around the block a few times now. When you see sort of aggressive economic decisions like that, speaks to a bit of desperation, just sort of going through the motions, trying to frag out, force the issue. And, well, you see what happens, right? You don't have a wrap of the economy, and then the rounds aren't going your way. It is a recipe for disaster. So that's exactly what we're getting here, and I think sAw in prime position start taking over. If they break another back, they deny, bomb plant in this round. Probably going to be a half from Monte, really. And then it's like, 8-1. That's a pretty perfect score. Any more than 8, they'll be really, really happy.
Haji. At least got out of elbow here. They're in front of that smoke with that bomb. Inside Warrow, but a fight going to come through here, it seems. Roman falls away from cave entrance. So at least gives them back control if they want, but they're actually going to double stack down ramp. I don't hate this information play at all.
Ooh, it doesn't work for them, though. Demka, clean headshot from him on the swing. He nearly goes down to the spam. But yeah, hard to flash out that cubby spot, of course. Maybe if there was like a molly in place. But it's an oversight. Or took their chances. And it went south. Still recoverable, but also a very good spot for Monte. He risks themselves. Quick trade. Story could have been a bit quicker on it. He's going to go into the lion's den there. He loses his head. Both literally and figuratively with that play, I would say. Haji, late lurk. And here we go. Monte going to be back in with a second.
You say that. You do say that. But bombs dropped, and there's 20 seconds on the clock here. I mean, actually, in all fairness, there is a bit of a timer where Irish Dosh can make this stick. 8 kills to his name. Fellas, time is ticking. We really got to make a move here. Swing going to come through. Irish Dosh going to find one more. Hang on a second. Irish Dosh, surely not. Bomb will be collected. No swing on the corner. Bomb just about giving the luck shot going down, but Irish Dosh is giving himself a chance. 1v2. Swing in the corner. It's a double swing, but he's trapped now. And no chance. They were made to work for that, and that was considerably closer than it probably should have been. You are ultimately right. Monte going to find themselves a second. We need a lot more, though. No two ways about it. We need to see Monte get... Normally, I would say, in my opinion, at least 5. But with how shaky this is said, if they can get a 4, it's okay. It's feasible. The second attack pause is going to be called here by sAw. Maybe a little early for the second. I don't think they're under that much pressure, in all fairness. Yes, this round might be a little bit of a lesser buy for the most part, but I don't think they're inherently under too much of... There's pressure, that pressure on the shoulder. It's like such a lead.
Yeah, I kind of like the move, though. It's pretty respectful, and of course, just understanding where they're at as well. This is a very, very important one for them. And it's something that we sort of say about this sAw team as well, where You know, we maybe have other teams, like a Guild might be one. Copenhagen Flames, we were talking about them, of course. Torborg announcing that he's retiring from coaching. So, you know, around the same sort of time, they were making those runs in the majors and, you know, the sort of 1.5 lands and stuff like that. And then when it came to the online games, they'd sort of take their foot off the gas, just form some bad habits, and then eventually those bad habits caught up with them. So I think saw's in a similar position as that, where they have to be a bit careful. This is a big qualifier. This is an opportunity for them to lock in and get to Pro League. So they have to, I think, remain focused, especially, you know, you've got some very tenured players, Roman, Gutierrez on this team in particular, that have been here for a long time. I think, you know, yeah, you can get yourself caught up a bit and be like, just another day at the office, you know, and it's like, no, I have to hit that extra 10, 15% to make sure that we get this one going, especially in a format like this.
Yeah, and especially for Monte, you're 0-2 down already. I mean, it's a pretty damning state you find yourself in. Going 0-2 down to kickstart thing is not a good spot. So we really do need to dig deep. They need to find that next level. I don't know, man. The way I'm looking at this, I'm already feeling a little bit concerned. However, it's far from job done or anything of the sort. You know, there's a third on the board here for Monte. There's a little bit of a world to work with now. But sAw back into an investment, and Story, my favorite AWP. When this guy gets going with the big green, he is so difficult to stop. Flash is a beaut. His pop shot not converted. He's not given the luxury of falling away.
Not quite yet. We'll see whether they can answer back into things as well. You jerks. Nice find from him. Going to go in for a bit more. Ooh. And that was dangerous. They were stacked on top of each other, but you jerks just kind of creating space for another kill to come in, continuing to deny room for the bomb plant as well. And as these smokes go down, how the heck are we supposed to plant? You got a Molotov, right? So paramount on this A-bomb site that you give yourself a window to get that bomb down. Very curious from sAw, though. They drop back from the conventional donut angle that you would expect. Actually going to send two in behind. Hadji does peek in, but he's a bit too late. Gets his timing mixed up, and a Roz Dosh comes away with potentially the round-winning moment. Warrow, missed shot. Bombs hit the deck here as well. Not looking good. That second player, not sure if he's been fully confirmed. I'm about 80% sure that he was spotted by Hadji, but you never really know if he was potentially round the corner at that moment. Careful to give Warrow these fights, guys. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, he's looking towards Temple. He's not expecting to in at A-main at all. So they'll go in for a double swing and finish him off.
Well, sAw bite back in a way in which will once again reignite the flame over there for them. Monte, it's a tough one. It really is. Because it started well. You drop the AWP and you're thinking, it's an opportunity for us to work with, and then it just slips away. And already locking in 7 is pretty good for sAw. But like I said, you know, for Monte, if you can get 5 rounds on this T side, it's still not terrible. It's still workable. Still have money to work with for a buy into his next one. To a degree as well. If they can get a bomb plant here. Not completely out of the realms of that possibility, but they still are playing catch up and doing a bit of a bad job at it. What we've seen thus far. Molly in towards Cubby. Nothing showing there for him. Warrow going to be boosted up, it seems. Yeah. Waiting for it. I'm not too sure. Yeah. He's going to get an opportunity. I think he would have been spotted on the radar. That's where all Story should have hit that, but he doesn't.
Damn, that's a bit of a mess. Will it have an effect, I suppose, on the latter stage of the round is kind of the big question. Rosdosh, quick 1-for-1 towards mid there. He'd actually pushed him behind. So that's maybe problematic for Monte. Yes, it's a return kill, but, you know, they lose info on that. Kind of a standoff at the moment for these two teams now.
Smoke fading. Was a tap heard there. Going to boost up. It's this pretty popular little play where you have 2 in via that swing. Time ticking there. 30 seconds. Opt for rifles rather than the open display, which I think is probably the smart call. MP9 up close. U-Jerks, if he can go 1-for-1, he maybe gives them a chance. Does he get cleared? On Snow. U-Jerks, though, can't get a second. And Hadji, as he doubles down, that should be the round.
We'll see. Mutiris takes down one, locates a second. Third man, he has a good guess. Maybe got to pull off a reload here, but not going to go for it. Trying to get the drop. Speeds up, and that's it. Hadji will peek out and take him. Hadji with the 4K. Maybe what Monte want. You know, they have to wind that clock down, go for a burst, and really try and get the individuals working. Of course, Hadji jumping into this team. Bit of an interesting move. Not sure if, you know, things went a bit sideways for him, and if there's money on offer, you know, is kind of one of the things that may well have drawn him away, or liking the look of the management. But yeah, 3D Max, it felt like things were going well for him over there, and they recently just hit a Pro League and everything. So, I don't know, interesting kind of choice from him. Once one of the most watched players in Tier 2. And we were all saying for a long time there, this guy's going to get picked up, maybe Vitality looking, if they're trying to stay French, etc., etc. But seems like there's something around him, maybe the way that he plays the game, maybe indeed things that are not translated on the server itself. Roman, ready and waiting on the other side of the smoke here. Mutiris as well, chilling. Could be deadly. Roman's got a chance at a fight as his smoke is dissipated, but a real flash for him to work with, but it was kind of a sell. Story moves around, gets that trade. Kill's going to be good here for sAw.
U-Jerks, that the Eagle. Could rip a couple of heads, but we smoked out in towards top red. Mutiris is MP9, yeah, his Shadow's going to betray him. But the swing works. Warrior, though, will trade, thankfully. Now, this round is probably going to lock itself into place here for the side. Irish Dosh burns a little bit, but he does manage to get out of the flames. Not for much longer. Hadji will cash around at the sky, and that'll be the half. 7-5, not too shabby for Monte at the tail end, but still need a lot more towards that second half. We'll see you after the break.
Welcome back in, folks. We are kicking off here with the second half. Sorry about the extended break there. A little bit of a server issue. I think that they wanted to get changed over in the break there, but we don't miss any of the action, thankfully. So here we are. Monte out on the CT side. A pretty good resurgence from them towards the tail end of that first. Time to see if they can pick up where they left off, I suppose. Demke ready and waiting for this A main attack that's never going to come. It's actually the double Julie stack on the backside. Oh my goodness. Absolute bloodbath. Nearly the teammates. Not quite. Krasnal stealing some thunder, but a valiant effort from the entire team there. sAw never really entered that round.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Fair play. Fair play indeed. Monte, the exact sort of start that they kind of needed to come in towards this sort of a half of the back of what was actually a really solid finish that first half. They won 4 of the last 5 rounds and put up a really, really good showing, but still is fundamentally where poor Monte, worried about how things started to start. They do go for these highs and lows, these drops and peaks and all the rest. Demke runs out of ammo. He will be traded out, but it is just blocked, so it isn't going to amount to anything. That's only the one casualty.
Looking very good for Monte then. This is exactly what they needed, I suppose. It has been a pretty rough start to proceedings here, but they can pick this one up. Maybe keeps them in the running. We're not quite sure how it's going to go down. You know, when you have a round robin with so many teams, we do have a few that have already hit the 2-0. Is that going to be enough to get them into playoffs? Not in and of itself, but the question is, you know, surely you've already picked up 2. You can get 1 more. That gives you a pretty solid look. But we'll see, man. We'll see. So every game counts. Anything can indeed happen. Teams could drop off in the same way that you, as a weaker team, would expect yourself to pop off, I guess. Stiko will be the first one to fall, though. Demke looking away at the worst possible time. They've just contacted out onto A. Very, very cheeky from sAw. Should be enough to work with. They've caught Monte completely off guard. And it will be a save here from Hadji and Krasnal.
Sadly, it's basically all they can go for here. I say that. Roman will be caught on the tail end. That is an AK to work with, which will take every day of the week. sAw back into their winning ways. And at the very least, this is this back and forth who wants to see a bit of a competition. Making a discussion out of this from, you know, what at one point felt like maybe a bit of a, yeah, I guess kind of a weird start to this half where maybe Monte, you know, 4 of the last 5 rounds in that first, and they could have continued that kind of running towards CT side that potentially we could have had conversations there. But the fact that sAw being able to bite back on their first gun round and effectively still leans my confidence in their favor. Monte, good thing is though, rebuy in. No issues. Guns will be dropped over there towards Stiko. It's fine. They got rifles across the board, the full belt of Yuto. Still, I guess you could look at it and say that this is that big swing round early in towards the game. Win this and you're going to give yourself a lot to work with. It's a little bit more economy over towards sAw, but still remains the same. The winner of this should probably get 2 in a row.
Demke, easy pickup for him. Mutiris trying a wild move once again, but again, A is open.
They don't like
So,
A,
you know,
Monte.
No, I guess not. And I mean, look, it's not the end of the world if you get yourself an advantage. You have to be A, aware, and B, pretty on it with the retakes, right? A, bomb site of Ancient, one of the more retakeable bomb sites in the game for sure, but still, it's tough, you know? And if you give them too much control, let them get in too deep, you're not really playing your own game. You're playing very, very reactively. They also are lacking a kit across the board here. Didn't catch if Demke had one. Don't matter. He's out in A main. I don't think it would be retrievable anyway. Got themselves an advantage. Short-lived. There it goes. And there goes the timer as well. Stiko going to stick around and try and get some kills here. But yeah, 2 rounds in a row. Not really ideal from Monte.
And the fact that they're just given kind of for free as well is sort of the weird thing for me. Normally the way you would play in a kind of a default situation is you have an anchor just there as a contact play and then, you know, maybe going 1 for 1, but gifting you information about how to retake. But in that sense, they play it completely empty. They try and retake. And also the one thing you look towards normally, if you're not going to have any A-site presence, you've got to still hold down Donut at a bare minimum. Because at least from Donut, you can deny the majority of bomb plants because of the spam angles through smokes. So the fact that Monte lose deep Donut controls, they can't even set themselves into those sort of positions, isn't good. They're going to go again, man. I don't blame them. They're kind of living by if it ain't broke, don't fix it. MP9 up close. Damage dealt, but it's still the first kill towards Story.
Big damage. Yeah, we'll see if they can capitalize on that. Stico holding the cross here. Oh, spots a bit of a head over the top. That smoke's not going to work in his favor, though. Plank coming around. Looks good for sAw. No one in Donut this time, so, you know, there always seems to be a bit of an area that Monte are struggling with. They're enjoying the idea of grouping up, getting aggressive, forcing that first kill, hopefully in their favor, right? But when that doesn't happen for them, they do not have much of a game plan.
It's true. It is very true. In this instance, another rush towards A. And really just living by that, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of mentality, which is a concerning spot that we put ourselves in where we have to start to ask questions. How are they going to change this one? Going to be sooner rather than later. Just a 3-round lead here for sAw and 3 rounds away from taking these best of 1 with, honestly, relative ease. It's been a pretty simplistic showing too. They haven't really had to work too hard on the C side since they've had the guns in play. And that is, you know, fundamentally the big concern for us, where we do feel a little worried. I don't mind a pause either out of Monte, but they can opt against it. Triple MP9, AK and an M4. Hoping for something to work in their favor, but thus, at the moment, ridiculous. Behind that smoke, spam from Haji. Does get close, but they will cross towards Shell. Oh my god, and Materius will bail him out there. Oh, the damage being taken. And Ujex has one of his own as well. That's mid taken. And that might already be the round. That's the 2 premium rifles.
Yeah, sAw just looking absolutely on it once these guns have come into play. Actually moving quite fast, you know, as well. Really, really confident in their early round. So, yeah. Monte having a struggle pretty heavily. That's kind of an egregious move, you know. Haji watching Demka running away. It's like they're just not on the same page. 3-1 for Kras now. Definitely not over quite yet. This fighting towards mid could make a difference. Makes a difference for sAw, though. Haji, they're going to know where he's at. 2 versus 1. Surely this does not get dropped now.
You would expect. You would expect. In a way, Haji, though, giving it at least a little look in. Smoke on the bomb. At least looking to kind of give this a go. The first fight isn't bad. Lineup is there. Harris Dosh. Now lines it up. A lot of damage down. Oh my god, he gets off it. Oh, what is happening? Harris Dosh will see it off, but that was closer than it should have been.
Yeah, when he starts spraying, lands a few bullets, and then stops, you kind of think, okay, is he now going to start and look for, like, the lurk around the smoke or what? But he does well there, right? The way to eliminate the 50-50 is to kind of just do both options in the equation. Spam away, get ready for a fight, spam away. And eventually it worked for him. But yeah, little close for comfort. 11 rounds up for sAw. Looking really good here, Monte. Secure the pistol, get those couple rounds converted. I suppose ultimately only the 1 round after getting the pistol itself. And that's all we've seen from them. Even in the rifle rounds, they've not looked super present. That's maybe one of the closer ones that they've had in a while. Stico going to be the first head to roll. So again, sAw have the upper hand.
Haji. A lot of user comes on that corner. Lots of smoke. He just want to stick around too much for the fight. Miss shot from Warro. He will dip away. There's all information being heard here as well by Irish Dosh, who's tucked in towards main. He should hear 2 steps as well. So I might tempt the bomb over. Oh my god, on the edge of Red Room. The creep here by Ujerks. I don't know if Hadji expects this. He's kind of keeping an eye out for it, but he hasn't committed to the peek in close left, so UJokes might get the drop.
Possible here. Yeah, indeed, going to be the case. Demka in at default. Tried to do his best, but it's not enough. Krasnal and Hadji rolling in from behind. Hadji, it's tough for him here, of course. He's got too many angles to look at. UJokes getting another. Just no presence, man. UJokes with the triple kill, in fact. Really solid. sAw move up to 12. Not dropped a single gun round here. And like I say, they've come close in one of them. Yeah, really, really great look for sAw. And Monte severely struggling. I thought in the first half that we were going to, you know, just see them get rolled. Not the case. They managed to recover things back nicely. However, here on the CT side, which is usually a side that is a bit easier to work quickly, you know, and try and just patch together as a team. But yeah, CT side, they've fallen apart.
Sadly, this is just Monte at the moment. They're just not that side anymore. I've caught probably 5 or so games of them now prior to this one, and I mean they've all been relatively similar. It's this kind of sea of red. That's been great. I mean, the same has to be said for sAw to a degree in the sense that they haven't been winning a lot of games, but
yeah,
at the very least with sAw, you still know the ideas there. You can even make the caveats and the arguments about saving strats for LAN and all the rest, which we know is a kind of a thing that some teams do. And of course with them, with Blast London, it's an important event. But no two ways about it. I think this Monte side, like I said, I'm expecting changes probably to come in that summer break. Hadji and Steeko, so I don't think Hadji's done all too bad, in all fairness, today. Kills his name isn't terrible. Steeko's not been bad either, but as a team, this idea of a team isn't working. I think we kind of all agree on that. Krasnal. Monte comes down. Swing and a find by Irish Dosh. Such confidence for sAw. And you can see exactly why. I mean, they deserve it. Lost Man's Waro. The captain, the IGL. Just the fan master his name. Irish Dosh swinging a find with low HP. That basically sums that one up. Showing from sAw of an immaculate nature. But, oh man, this Monte side, there really is a worrying time. I don't think they're going to get anything done in this qualifier. No two ways about it. They were pretty whatever during the Challenge League season. And since they kind of dropped the academy guys...